Hello and welcome everyone, I am Madals and this is another StarCraft 2 England cast. Now today guys, I've got a PvP. It is between Complexity's Minigun, the red Protoss player in the top left, and he's up against ClassicRmrK, who is the blue Protoss in the lower right. That therefore means that they are in cross-spawn positions. The map is in Tomb Valley, and well, I'm looking forward to what could be thrown out here. Of course, Minigun is probably the better well-known player. Have cast another one of Remark's games actually, and it was a pretty good game. So I'm hoping this one will be fun as well. Obviously, PvP has loads of different options available all through the game. The early game has like all these different openings: 1 gate expand, 2 gate pressure, 3 gate pressure, 3 gate robo, a gate into a Stargate. There's like loads of things that can be done, which makes me happy as a caster because that means there's exciting variations, because there's nothing worse than mirror matchups where both players do the same thing exactly for hours, aka TVT, about 6 months ago. Now anyway, looking around here, obviously, what is the key thing about being cross spawns is that it's a long way to get across. Now, of course, that doesn't matter too much if you start getting warp-ins, etc. from proxy pylons, but if you don't have proxy pylons, then that means that units walking across can be a while. The other important thing to note on this map is, well, how narrow this ramp is. One force field can block that off. That means things like 4 gates or any kind of big gateway pressure can be less successful than one might hope, because one force field can just knock down and do it all off. The center watchtower is going to be really important actually in the entire game because it gives good vision, and really to avoid that center is, well, a big increase in rush distance. You have to go all the way around here, which is really quite huge. Now, cheekily there, Remark saying, did you spawn top or bottom, knowing that if his opponent says top, then he's slightly more in the knowing of where he is. If he says bottom, he knows exactly where he is. Now, double gas coming out for Minigun here. That's against a single gas from Remark. The double gas basically rules out anything like a 4 warp gate. You don't get 2 gas for that. Also rules out a super early expansion, and kind of suggests there's going to be some more early tech. The 1 gas, that does always leave the option of, well, is it going to be a 4 gate? It's a possibility. It does leave open a kind of 3 gate pressure into an expansion. There's different options available there. So obviously once the scout goes off, and Remark scouting relatively early, he will see those double gas and will be starting to think, what could my opponent be teching towards? What is the key timing they are aiming to hit me at? And really that is what you want to watch out for. What the scouting for is early game counting the gas and really seeing if anything's going to kill me in the next couple of minutes. Now obviously Remark will be slightly happy seeing that there isn't. The lack of a gas there is really making me think it's going to be a 4 gate, because there's, well, still no gas, there's still no sign of an expansion or anything like that. Remark is getting that warp gate tech out, he's chrono boosting it as well, so definitely thinking some kind of gateway play. Here comes down a Stargate for Minigun, so should see either Phoenix or Void Ray out of there. I'm going to go with Phoenix as my guess. Only because the last game I watched a PvP, I guessed Void Ray and I was wrong, and it's kind of embarrassing whenever you're wrong, especially when you're casting, but it's because I don't cheat and watch the game through beforehand. Anyway, looking here, we do have 2 gateways being added on there. Will we see a 3rd? Maybe, it's a possibility. Obviously, there's enough money for it now. Is it just going to be some 3 gate pressure? I mean, a 3 gate isn't too much of a commitment. We've got this probe hidden here. The pylon should come down fairly soon. There is still no additional gateways, but we do have here Remark taking his expansion. So it is a 3 gate expand. That allows a lot of pressure, puts Minigun in an awkward spot where he's got to try and defend quite a lot of damage. It really means the Remark still gets the expansion down. He's going to be relatively happy. Now, we do have that Zealot Stalker coming up. May force a force field fairly early. That would be good. Obviously, if that sentry gets taken down, that would be a massive win. A 2nd sentry is there already. No force field forced quite yet. You do want to start getting those ASAP, though, because obviously with just 1 force field holding off the ramp, it can last quite a while. We've got 2 additional gateways being added on here. So, clearly Minigun slightly dubious about what's going to go on, what's going to happen. The Phoenix is going to come and do some harassment, but 1 Phoenix alone won't be able to do too much, and well, here comes the push, and this push is what's going to decide it. The single Zealot giving the vision, but that then goes, the force field is forced already, and well, we do have those 5 Stalkers. The Phoenix coming back now. We do have a 2nd Phoenix out. I don't know if that was seen, but for the moment we do have Remark pulling back. Is he feeling quite confident? Perhaps he's thinking, hey, I know what my opponent's doing. I know he's on 1 base. I've probably forced him to build quite a few units. He's not going to do too much else. That Zealot almost certainly going to die to the Phoenix. Probably going to get lifted. Or maybe not. Maybe the Phoenix will just happily go away and just be like, no, Gonna just leave him there, leave the poor little Zealot all on his own. But the Zealot is getting great scouting information of just how many Phoenix are coming in, and all of the Stalkers and Sentries preemptively moving into the correct position. That means those Phoenix are going to fly straight into harm's way, which is never fun. Remark here getting up that 4th gateway now. Meanwhile, Robotic Facility on its way down for Minigun, who still hasn't expanded, so Remark in a position to gain greatly ahead. Those Phoenix reactions are super good out of Minigun, so he will prevent any dying. Of course, the probes are the target of this harassment, but for the moment it looks like Remark is holding this out incredibly well. Looking at the work count, he's already 3 ahead. He's getting 2 works at a time. We do have Minigun expanding out now. That's Zealot getting some scouting information. Sees the robotics facility. That is a real key thing to spot. Gives you a better indication that your opponent is probably going to go in to get some more immortals. One Stalker getting lifted here. Those Phoenix are going for it. Are the Phoenix going to actually get a kill on a Stalker? They do. Wow. That is very, very frustrating, of course, for Remark. He doesn't want to be losing units. More warpins of Stalkers almost guaranteed to come down shortly. Should see them any second. The Phoenix are going to go up towards the main base, and there's nothing at the moment apart from those 3 Stalkers in the middle line. Are they going to be able to pick up a Phoenix? The answer is hopefully. And, well, it looks like Remark's doing a great job. We've got Phoenix coming in from other positions as well now. And, well, the Stalkers should be able to clean off everything. And now, for some reason, Remark has taken a dislike to the left warp gate, but has finally reconciled their differences, and they're no longer trying to destroy each other. Now, looking here, we do have the probe transfer coming down. If we look at the work count, 37 to 36, so Remark isn't producing probes quite as quickly as he may like. He's got that forge down there, obviously. Those Phoenix are still increasing in number, but taking quite a lot of damage. One Stalker getting lifted up right there should get picked off. A second Stalker getting lifted, but now with the reinforcements coming in, will a Phoenix go down very, very nearly? 10 HP remaining, and that was incredibly close, actually. Now, we do have more gateways on their way down, and, well, we've got a push coming in from Minigun right now. That, in Single Observer there, we do have a warping of Stalkers to the side. What is going on? Are these Phoenix going to get picked off in any other direction? We do have a big push moving across the map now. Remark does have a lot of army. If we look at the army supply, it is very, very similar, but these warpins are really going to help. Of course, if that Immortal gets focused down, that could be the biggest problem, to be honest. Now, we do have a couple of units getting picked off here. Another sentry goes down. This is all great for Remark. The more units he picks off here, the better he's going to be later. The Phoenix coming straight over the entire army. Do scout out an awful lot. The Immortal trying to get in there as best it can, but the sentry count is a bit low. Force fields are being thrown down a bit prematurely, in my opinion. We do have a vision on the high ground being given by those Zealots, and, well, Remark is just moving forward. He's picking off so much stuff. The Immortal is the threat, though. A second Immortal now joining the mix. That could be absolutely critical to this. All the probes have been pulled, so a lot of economic damage being done. A Minigun just leaves, which is a bit disappointing, but it means Remark has won the game. So, if you did enjoy the cast, guys, thumbs up, like the video, leave a cool comment, subscribe, I get games up daily, flick over to my channel to watch some more, and if you've seen every single one, I will catch you tomorrow for yet another new game. I was Madals, this is an SC2 England cast, and thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.